Welcome to the Mind Your Movies podcast. I'm Ryan,
I'm Shane.
and I'm coming for the throne. This is our Oscar
Yeah.
prediction episode.
I'm here to defend the belt, defend the championship.
That's right. Last year we were able to do this. It was a lot of fun. Shane won by 7 points last year. We've got a whole point system that we'll go through as we go. Obviously, the bigger name stuff, kind of higher points. And the shorts are kind of on the lower end of points. But 7 points last year. So all I need is like a big one.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
need a couple
It
things.
it 7 points seems like a lot, but it's really only a couple categories. Like that's really only two or three categories. So so yeah, best picture is worth 5 points. And then yeah, director, actor, and actress are worth four, and then as they get less, yeah, down to the shorts, which are only worth 1 point. And I think best original song is also 1 point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll mention that as we go. But yeah, I mean, should we just is there anything else we need to say? I mean, we should just get into it, right?
I think we have a lot of stuff to go
All
through.
right. We
So
have
yep,
we have
might
a
as
lot of
well.
stuff to go through. We're starting with best picture. We're not beating around the bush. We're going right for the big kahuna. I don't know why kahuna came to mind, but yeah, we're going for the big kahuna. Best picture. So best picture is worth 5 points. And also, just so everyone knows, we'll talk about this with each category, but we're picking what we think will win, not necessarily what we would want to win or what we're hoping for, just what we think the Oscars will end up choosing. So but whatever. We'll also talk about what we like the most, probably for most categories. Anyway, best picture. The nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. Those are the 10 picks for Best Picture. I don't know what I feel like there's like two, maybe
Yeah.
three big ones. I think it seems like all the talk is that it's between One Battle After Another or Sinners. Sinners got what, like 16 nominations, and One Battle got
Yeah.
like 13. So
And yeah, and One Battle's been winning a lot of other awards lately. So I mean, it feels like it's gotta be kind of between those two. Would be my guess. I think I'd be surprised if it was anything else.
as I was looking over this before we started recording, I was looking and I said, I feel like there's some chance that Hamnet comes in and like takes out the other ones on the legs, like Sinners and One Battle like split some votes or something, and
Mm.
Hamnet comes out of nowhere and just everyone's like a little confused by it. Because I feel like the Oscars every year there's something that happens like when Chadwick Boseman was basically everyone was like, well, obviously he's gonna win Best Actor, and then like Anthony Hopkins won, and everyone was like, he's not even here. Like it was a debacle. Like there's always something confusing that happens. But I will say my personal pick would probably be Begonia, to be honest, or not even nominated. It was just an accident, which was nominated
Mm.
for Best International Feature, but not even in the top 10. So that's probably what I would go with. But I'm gonna go with One Battle After Another. That's my choice.
My choice is also One Battle After Another.
I thought you might pick Sinners because you're more of the horror guy.
I know it was tough not to pick Sinners. I'm a big horror person. I think uh I probably would prefer Sinners, but it's tough. And I think Sinners got so many nominations, but I do think, spoiler, I think I have Sinners for a few other things later on, but I mean that doesn't narrow it down. It was nominated for like 16 things, so
Yeah.
anyways, but I think One Battle's been winning so many awards lately, and I think it's very politically like relevant in a way that I think can sway a little bit of influence in the current climate. You know?
Yeah, I could see that, I guess. I just feel like Sinners, like, I don't know, it's very like horror action, very genre. And I
Yeah.
feel like we're not quite at the point where the Oscars are going to be like, I don't know. I guess Silence of the Lambs is the only like outlier, but usually these are not the kinds of movies that win Best Picture. So even getting 16 nominations seems like a huge win.
I agree, right? And that's huge, and I think it'll get other stuff, but I don't. Yeah, I have a hard time thinking that um it'll take Best Picture. I think it's a little it's tough, but I would love it to. I don't think it's gonna, but it is nice to see it getting so many nominations, and Frankenstein getting some nominations this year, and The Substance last year. So Horror rise up, you know?
All right. Well, I guess that's Best Picture. Do we want to mention anything else about Best Picture? I mean, F1 feels a little out of place. Frankenstein also a little weird
Yeah.
pick, but but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's too much else, but going
well,
along with Best Picture, we've got Best Directing. Nominees, we've got Chloe Zhao from Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim
Joachim Trier,
Joaquin. Oh yeah,
I think.
I think that
Yeah.
makes sense. For Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Well, I went Paul Thomas Anderson. Uh,
I also went Paul Thomas Anderson. Yeah. I think I think
I
if there is gonna be a split, I
yeah.
feel like PTA is gonna win director and Sinners would win Best Picture. But I feel like they're gonna go for PTA. Kugler's very young. Kugler's like
Mm-hmm.
35 or something. So I feel like voters, I don't really agree with this philosophy, but they kind
Right.
of are like, well, this guy's got a lot of time. He's gonna make a lot of movies. He can win one in the future. And then that leads to them being like, they have to do makeup Oscars and it becomes a whole disaster. So it's kind of a bad way to think about it. But I think that's what they'll do. PTA's, this is kind of his like, all right, this is his time to get his Oscar.
Yeah, I think it's also part of it's kind of that like what do you call it? Not yeah, like lifetime achievement e type thing. I think I almost did split mine for Sinners and Paul Thomas Anderson, but
Hmm.
I did decide ultimately. I think One Battle's just getting so much award attention. Um
All right.
yeah.
Well, so far we're just in lockstep, but I'm sure we'll switch. Well, maybe not with the next two cat. Now I'm realizing we might have the same picks for all these categories. We'll see. Um, next up is, I mean, is there anything else to say about director? I think those are really who it's coming down to. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, uh, so next up is best actor. This is also for 4 points. Same with best director, 4 points. Uh, nominees for best actor in a leading role: Timothy Chalamet in Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio in One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke in Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan in Sinners, and Wagner Moura in The Secret Agent. This
Well,
one,
let's see if this changes it for us. I'm curious.
it might, but I'm going with Timmy. I think Timmy's winning it. I think he's I think this is also an element of the Oscars. I don't know. Who are you picking? Are you picking Timmy?
No, I'm picking Michael B. Jordan.
Oh,
I think this is
wow. All right.
Sinner's got so many awards. I think it's definitely going to claim a lot of the or at least a few things. And I think Michael B. Jordan just did so well with the two roles, very distinct roles. Um, I think it's hard to see it. I mean, I obviously it might not go to him, but I think it feels to me like he's right up. It's like
I,
the perfect role for this.
I get that. I think there's an element of Timmy should have won it last year, and then no one was happy when Adrian Brody won. Like as soon as he started talking, everyone was like, "This guy's a little like
Yeah,
annoying." So, and Timmy's like, I feel like this is their time to give it to him. And then Michael B. Jordan, this is his first nomination, even though he's older than Timmy, but
yeah.
I, f- I feel like that's where it'll go. But I would be happy if Michael B. Jordan won. He was great in the movie. I mean, playing dual roles, like he was fantastic. So, not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I also think Timothy Chalamet was fantastic in Marty Supreme. Like I think they were both. I'm glad they were both nominated, but I'm picking Timmy.
Yeah, I think there's I mean, I think with a lot of these categories, it seems like we've got like crowded awards. This was like a really good year. Um, but yeah, I'm glad that we're separating so early because this is a 4 pointer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad we got at least one
Yeah.
to split on for out of the big four.
Yep.
Cool.
Um,
Yeah, I mean the other nominees, I feel like Leo already has his,
yeah.
and then Ethan Hawke and Wagner Moore don't feel like I don't know, they don't feel like they're gonna win it. I guess that's why I didn't pick them. I didn't think they were gonna win it.
I will say one thing here. Not that I necessarily would have picked him for this, but I'm surprised that Jesse Plemons didn't get a nomination for this.
Yeah, Jesse Plemons was amazing in Begonia. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I think I don't know. Maybe there's an element of like his character being like sweaty and gross and distasteful to where maybe some old stuffy Oscar voters might not have liked it. I don't know. Just an idea. But yeah, if I could get a sixth person in there, I think it would be Jesse Plemons for me.
Yeah, me too.
And yeah, like I said, I love Begonia. So same with like Yorgos in Best Director would have been cool, or Jafar Panahi for
Yeah,
It Was Just an Accident. That also would have been a great nomination. But there's only 5 spots, so it's
it's
tough.
tough. It's tough. Um, well, that leads us to our last 4 point category here, which is actress in a leading role. Nominees: Jessie Buckley from Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson in Song Sung Blue, Renette Rinsiv in
Renata Rensby, I think.
Renata Rensby. Another one from Sentimental Value.
Yeah,
So
Norwegian.
hence the me not being able to pronounce them. I apologize about that. And Emma Stone from Begonia. Um,
It's actually Emma Stone. Oh.
that's right. That's right.
Who
Um,
are you going with on this
this one, I'm coming with my first surprise of the night. I think I'm
one?
going with
Ooh.
Jessie Buckley
Oh.
from
No,
Hamnet.
she's the favorite.
Yeah, but I wanted to go with Emma Stone, so it's a surprise for me.
Okay. Yeah, I also went with Jessie Buckley,
Yeah,
and I would love Emma Stone to win, but I feel like she's already won two, I think. And yeah, I think this is the year for Jessie Buckley. She seems like a really big favorite. But yeah, Emma Stone was amazing in Begonia.
yeah,
One of the best
absolutely.
actresses working today, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I would
yeah,
agree. I think she's awesome, and also that role was just so good. But I mean,
yeah,
it's hard. Begonia was so good, guys. Like, let's
yeah.
let's go back and acknowledge Begonia again. It literally was one of the best movies of last year.
I'm glad you've come around on Begonia.
Yeah, I you know what it is if anyone has not seen it yet, we have a Begonia episode, and Shane has such a good take on Begonia. It actually changed my opinion on the movie.
Nice.
Not that I didn't dislike the movie at all, but
Well, you didn't like the part of the third act, and I
yes,
think I had an alternative interpretation, which you liked
yeah,
better.
totally. And that's really like that was like the one piece of the movie too that I didn't like. So it's nice to have a different interpretation that makes me like it a lot more. So
Nice. So there you go. I'm glad you like it so much now.
guys, you guys hear about
Um,
this Mind Your Movies podcast? These guys really opened my mind.
all right. I mean,
Yeah,
should we go
yeah.
move on to best supporting actor? This is our first category that's worth 3 points. So we've got a bunch of categories that are worth 3 points coming up here.
Actually, I've got one thing to say for actress though. Sorry.
Yeah.
I have to say Jennifer Lawrence with Die My Love. Oh, that movie, she does so amazing in that movie. And I would have loved to have seen her on the list too. But I don't have too many call outs, so I got to throw that in here with actor and actress, I think.
Yeah.
But
Makes sense. Another sort of maybe a little edgy, you know.
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like Kate Hudson, like, well, I guess Rose Byrne. That movie's like a little I don't
Yeah,
know. It has hard edges. It's
totally.
I feel like the Oscars have gone for a little more arty and like weird and uh not I feel like back in whatever the 80s, 90s, 2000s, a lot of Oscar movies were very soft, very life affirming, not necessarily as confrontational. Uh and I feel like like The Substance last year, that's pretty confrontational movie.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. Things they expanded the Oscar voting pool, and I think things have changed a bit over the years.
yeah. And it's nice to see that expanding, you know? We
Yeah,
don't,
definitely more diversity rather than just sort of all sort of life affirming dramas, like
absolutely.
American dramas. But yeah, all right, cool. Next category is Best Supporting Actor. Am I reading this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, you did. All right. Nominees for Best Actor in a Supporting Role: Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo in Sinners, Sean Penn in One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. And yeah, I mean, this one I feel like is a little could be anyone.
Yeah, this is a tough match. This is like lots of really great roles, really great actors here.
Yeah, I'm glad that Benicio and Sean Penn both got in.
Mhm.
But yeah, who are you going with?
I kind of hate that I'm going with Sean Penn because that character is atrocious, but also he does so good at it, and that's the point, right? So I'm going with Sean Penn from One Battle.
Okay, Sean, I am going with Benicio from One
No,
Battle After Another.
the One
I
Battle
The
Showdown.
one battle showdown. Okay, I'm happy with how that turned out. I think Benicio, I just love the character,
Yeah,
and I think his character left such like a mark on people that maybe they're gonna I don't know, appreciate it in that the likability aspect. Maybe that'll help. But yeah, obviously Sean Penn was great, great villain role. And really, honestly, if any one of these people won, I don't think it would be bad or would be terrible. But I would like Benicio to win. So
yeah,
that's my I feel like that's my first sort of underdog one, but also that category is a lot more up in the air than the other ones.
yeah. That's a stacked category for sure. I feel like some of them are
Yeah.
kind of, there's a maybe a clear person or a couple people or whatever,
Yeah.
but yeah, this one felt like a lot of options. So,
Well, yeah.
all right. Well, that leads us to Best Supporting Actress. We've got Ellie Fanning in Sentimental Value.
L.
Elle, sorry. Yes. That was the easy
Also,
one on the
that
list.
was the one American name in Sentimental Value, and you juked yourself. You like
Yeah.
overthought it.
um, uh, Inga.
No way. No shot. The next name. Uh I'm gonna want me to try this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Inga Ibsdottir Lilius.
Yeah. I was gonna say that actually. Yeah.
Also from Sentimental Value. Oh man.
uh, um, Amy Madigan in Weapons. Um, Wumni Masako,
Not
Masaku.
really, not really, but we'll just keep going.
Yeah, I'm
You're
pretty
getting all the
close.
tough categories.
Yeah, in Sinners and Teyana Taylor in One Battle After Another. Sorry if I'm butchering all these names, guys. You know, it's my job to
It's funny that we're going
practice.
every other one and you got all the toughest ones, like all the Norwegian names. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah. I
that's
feel
pretty
like
funny.
this category is also a little bit up in the air. Another double for sentimental value in this one.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, this one was tough. I feel like I already know who you're gonna pick, but I was between Wunmi Masaku and Tiana Taylor. I felt like I ended up going with Tiana Taylor. I feel like I don't know, she was just such a big part of the beginning of One Battle After Another, and I don't know. I just felt like she was gonna win. So I picked Tiana Taylor.
Nice. So, who do you think I picked?
I am assuming you picked Amy Madigan.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Horror guy.
Yeah, you got it. You know what? I have to take the nominations when I can. Um, and also, I mean, she is the great. What an iconic role. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, again, all these roles. Again, I'd be really happy with anyone. It's nice to see uh, so much diversity in all these roles in terms of the characters they're playing and just the people themselves and all this stuff. And also just again, like so many like worthy people being on these lists. So really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, really it's tough because I feel like I don't know. It doesn't seem like there are a lot of people that are nominated. Like even if, for example, like Jesse Plemons, I'm like, I wish Jesse Plemons was nominated, but I look at it and I'm like, I mean, there's no bad performance in the list. Like I'm not mad about it. So uh anyway, anything else you want to say about supporting actress?
That's it for
I will
me.
say Amy Madigan is very memorable in that movie. And there's an interesting like I feel like parallel with Tiana Taylor where Tiana Taylor is like way more dominant in the first 45 minutes
Mm,
of One Battle After Another, but Amy Madigan is really like the second half or toward the end of Weapons. So maybe like the being toward the end of the movie is a benefit for her. I'm not sure. But also I feel like again the sort of Oscars do not have a huge track record of rewarding horror movies. So I'm
yeah.
a little unsure. Did Demi Moore, she won last year, right? Did she?
I picked Demi Moore last year, and I think I lost that. Let me.
Oh,
Oh no. Uh,
Yeah. I think she won because I feel like I remember her. No, maybe she won some other award. I felt like I remember seeing her on
she
stage.
might
So
have,
maybe she
but
won she might have won like Golden Globe or something.
Mickey Madison last year.
Oh yeah, 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 duh. I
Yeah.
know her.
So, but I think this is a good a nice category. It is funny that I actually
Yes.
went with Madigan and Sean Penn for supporting roles.
Yeah,
I just went with like the
the
crazy, like
villain theory.
yeah, the batshit villains in the movies, but
Yeah, I went for double one battle after another for supporting. So right now, my nomination, I have four, one battle
insane.
winning four thing. You have three. So
Yeah, it's. I
yeah,
mean, hey, that movie really good. Turns out, good movie.
yeah, great movie. We have an episode on it. If anyone, we saw it on VistaVision. It
We
was cool.
did. That
Yeah,
was really cool. Yeah.
yeah. All right, moving on. We've got another 3-point category, best animated feature. The nominees are Arco, Elio, K-pop Demon Hunters, Zootopia 2, and Little Amelie or the Character of Rain. So yeah, I feel like a little bit of a weaker year for animated films. Nothing on here really like I don't know. I think it's weak because K-pop Demon Hunters came out on Netflix. So even though it was a big cultural uh
Hmm.
like moment or whatever, had a huge impact, but it was just on streaming. Or and then they put it in theaters afterwards. So it was a little bit of a weird thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm going with K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I am too. I think you're right in a way. I feel like last year we had the Wild Robot and Flow, and I think we picked opposite
Yeah.
on that. You picked the Wild
I
Robot, and I picked
yes,
Flow.
I preferred Flow, but I thought they were going to go with the Wild Robot, and then they ended up choosing Flow, which is cool.
Yeah, and I think this time I feel pretty confident with K-pop Demon Hunters. It just did such a splash both on Netflix, then the release, and all this stuff. So I think you
Yeah,
know, yeah, I'm pretty confident. Hopefully, we'll see.
I think so too. And maybe there will be some element of people being a little lukewarm on all the movies, and then they'll pick that one because they're like, this will be good for the Oscars to get uh some some like are they Zoomer? What's after Zoomers? Gen Alpha? They'll get some of those kids involved. They'll watch clips,
Yeah,
maybe.
that's right.
Mhm. But
Yeah,
yeah.
draw
All
people
right.
in.
So we're both going for K-pop for animated feature.
There we go. Our next up is also a 3-pointer. We've got international feature. Um, we've got The Secret Agent. It was just an accident. Sentimental Value. Sarat. And The Voice of Hind Rajab.
Yeah. Pretty I feel like pretty strong. I mean, two international features got nominated for Best Picture this year.
Yeah.
So that I mean, I feel like a lot of years it'll be like one, and then you're kind of like, oh, well, now I know what's gonna win. Like
Yeah.
the one that got nominated for Best Picture is definitely gonna win. But this year we've got two of them. Again, I loved It Was Just an Accident. I loved it. I thought it was an incredible movie. I'd love for it to win, but it's not nominated for Best Picture. So it
Yeah.
seems like kind of a bad idea for me to pick it. Uh, so it's between The Secret Agent and Sentimental Value. I think Sentimental Value, it's about making movies. I am going with Sentimental Value.
I also went with Sentimental Value. It was just an accident. Won the Palme d'Or, which is awesome. But
Yeah.
yeah, with I mean, it really is just between the two when they get the Best Picture nominations. So
Yeah, it's a little bit of a spoiler.
yeah,
It's
um,
almost same with Best Director. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I think Argo is the only, I don't know if it's the only movie, but at least in recent years where it wasn't even nominated for Best Director and it won Best Picture. But that's the only time. Like, if you're not even nominated for Best Director, you're probably not going to win Best Picture.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, so Sentimental Value makes more sense. Feels like more of an Oscar movie than The Secret Agent to me.
yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, and also, just thinking about sheer Oscar nomination numbers, it got a lot of nominations in terms of its cast and everything too, which is cool. So
yeah, yeah, all right. Yeah, so that makes sense to pick it also because it had more nominations. So that makes sense. Um, all right, next category. Next category, also worth 3 points, is Best Documentary Feature. We've got The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. I will be completely honest. I have not seen a single one of these movies. Same for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're picking a little bit blind here. What are you going with?
Well, I'm going with The Perfect Neighbor.
Oh, so it's also what I have.
Yeah. It kind of seems like it seems like maybe The Favor, and with having not really seen any of them, I was, it's kind of tough to make a
Yeah,
very informed decision. So
yeah, it was tough. I feel like that's the most popular one. That one I think was also on Netflix. Right? Isn't that a Netflix original, I think? And I feel like that one kind of, you know, the true crime crowd kind of got interested in it. And I've heard it, I mean it got good reviews and stuff, but I don't know. I could kind of see I could see it being the Alabama solution or Mr. Nobody against Putin, maybe.
yeah.
I feel like those are the three I was choosing between, but I just went for the perfect neighbor, kind of just because it's the most popular one. So,
Yeah. I was going between that and the Alabama solution as well. And yeah, I mean, it really just came down to, I think it's tough with the I mean, there's so many movies on this list, obviously, right? It's tough to see them all,
yeah,
especially when it comes to, I think, for me with the documentary features, um, uh, it's just harder for me to commit that much time to that, I guess. I mean, that's just a bias I have, right? And
you'd rather watch a horror movie than a documentary.
yeah, I'd rather watch Weapons, and um,
You can
but
watch both. You only watch Weapons one time, but that's all right.
yeah, no, I know, I
No,
know.
I
I'm
get it.
just saying,
I was
yeah,
also like the perfect neighbor. Like it came out, I've got good reviews, and I was like, do I want to be just enraged and angry at
right.
like you know what I mean? Like I don't know, but maybe that's just me being what I don't know,
Well,
whatever.
I mean, that's the thing too, right? Like, we're not making documentaries about like everyone being nice to each other, like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is. Yeah. Also, maybe should have said at the beginning, we are just fans. We're not
Yes,
critics. We're not professionals. We just do this for fun. We have actual jobs. We are not professional film critics. So we're kind of just doing this for fun, and hopefully people enjoy watching or listening and yeah. So don't expect this to be the greatest advice. It's just fun.
yeah, right, yeah. We're not putting any money on Kalshi or anything, but
No,
sponsor
absolutely not. No, 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 no.
but
Never.
no, yeah, we're just we're just having a good time here. But it is nice also to think just naturally this year we've covered a lot of actually the some of the nominations on the podcast this year, which is kind of cool. Sinners.
Yeah.
We had an episode on One Battle After Another, on Begonia and stuff. So Marty Supreme. So pretty cool to be able
Yeah.
to have dived into some of this stuff um, throughout the
Yeah.
year and to kind of bring it all together here. But yeah, we maybe that's something next year to for us to maybe we can have like more documentary features or something in our I don't know whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't have we watched a documentary for the podcast?
Oh, you know what? I don't know that we have. I think a
I
lot of the
Yeah,
topics kind of don't. Oh, you know what? Burden of Dreams. I picked for uh like like
it was
production awful
cursed.
productions,
Yeah,
cursed
Cursed
productions. Yeah.
Productions. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That was funny too, because you had that and I had the Omen. So funny
Yeah.
funny movie set. But yeah. Um yeah, that's right. So we have had one, which is cool. But yeah, just naturally our categories, right? If you guys don't know, on
Yeah.
our main episodes, we do we have like a random cup that we take our categories out of that we've come up with a bunch of random things. It could be actors, directors, whatever, but they don't really lean themselves into documentaries. So
No, I'm sure that documentary is in there, but that's only one out of the like over 100 little little pages. Maybe
yeah,
if we get like Werner Herzog, maybe we'd pick a documentary.
yeah,
Some directors who've done documentaries and fiction. But yeah, so yeah, I guess we don't focus on documentaries that much, but that's all right. You can only do so much,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Um, but yeah, we could do like a top five documentaries or something for a half episode at some point. That could be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
Or we could even do like top five documentaries about like the making of movies or like,
ooh,
like
yeah,
making of this movie.
yeah. That's cool.
That'd be a
That's a cool
good
idea.
category. That'd be a good half episode idea.
Yeah, that would.
All right,
Um,
cool.
well, next up, we've got another 3-pointer. This is best cinematography. Our nominations here, we've got Dan Laustin for Frankenstein, Darius Kanji from Marty Supreme, Michael Bauman from One Battle After Another, Autumn Dorald Arkapaw from Sinners, and Adolfo Veloso from Train Dreams.
Yeah, a lot of good choices here. Uh, I think it'd be, I don't know, it'd be cool if Darius Kanji won, but I am ultimately going with One Battle After Another.
I um I am going with Sinners.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah. I know it's kind of an oddball pick here. It's kind of an underdog pick, I should say, but I think Sinners has so many nominations. I think it's going to get some of the mid-tier categories here. Uh uh and I think this is a good one for it. Its cinematography is great. It looks gorgeous. It's a great movie. I was so close on picking One Battle. But I decided to split it up this time. So here we go.
There we go. All right. There's another split for us. So that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we've had a decent amount of different picks on these.
Yeah.
So that's been good. Is there anything else you want to say about best cinematography? I mean, like not to say it again, but Begonia had some pretty cool cinematography. But I mean, you know what? They should have nominated Begonia instead of Frankenstein. I'll say it right now.
Frankenstein looks really nice though. Frankenstein does
Eh,
have some really great shots. I mean,
yeah, I
Begonia
guess
does too.
so.
It's tough. I think
Yeah.
all these actually I have not yet seen Train Dreams, which is a shame. I've been wanting to. Um but I know from what I've seen that it looks gorgeous. So I think all
Yeah.
these are really well deserved.
I also have not seen Train Dreams, and it looks very Terrence Malikian.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure I'd love it. It's just, I don't know. Some of these heavier movies, you got to be in the right
Yeah.
mood for it. And
Totally.
so I haven't seen it yet. And ultimately, we're not professionals, so
Yeah.
I have the excuse.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's the thing. You still have a job. I just
Yeah,
lost mine, but no, I'm just kidding. I will say actually, Train Dreams and Frankenstein on here, and a lot of Netflix nominations this year with K-pop and Perfect
yeah,
Neighbor. Lots of Netflix this year.
yeah. Good. Yeah, Train Dreams, Frankenstein. Yeah, makes sense. All right. Uh, next up, film editing, also for 3 points. You know what? I just have the names of the movies here. I don't have the names of the editors, but I'm just gonna read the names of the movies. Nominees for best film editing: F1, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and One Battle After Another. This one I felt like was a tough one. I what do you think?
I also think it's a tough one. I think it's funny because there's I really think it's kind of a stacked year. And One Battle and Sinners got so many nominations that they're up against each other in a lot of these too.
Yes. And I mean any of them could win.
Yeah.
And F1 was actually like I thought it was actually very well edited. I liked F1. It's kind of weird that it's nominated. It's like I don't probably think it should be nominated. I wouldn't say it's one of the 10 best movies of the year, but it was a fun time and it was actually paced very well and I don't know. I thought I liked it. It was a good movie. It's kind of weird that it's nominated. Like, you know what I mean? Like as soon as it gets nominated, everyone's like, "Wow, well that movie it didn't deserve it." So then everyone like goes negative against it. And I'm like, "Listen, should it have been nominated? No, probably not. You probably could have put a better movie in there." But it was still a fun movie. It was a good time at the theater. Saw it in the IMAX. It was cool. It was a cool
Yeah.
movie. And I'm glad that it got nominated for like sound because I think it the sound was pretty incredible. So ultimately, after my F1 rant, I'm going with a little bit of maybe an upset. I'm going with Marty Supreme. I think that movie was the editing was fantastic. It was just like a relentless pace. And yeah, so I think this is one where Marty, because I don't know, I feel like it should win something besides just Timmy. So yeah, I went for editing.
Nice. Nice. All right. Well, we split again, and I've gone Sinners again. I think
Okay.
I'm yeah, I'm thinking Sinners for a lot here. I think this will be interesting if One Battle kind of sweeps. You're getting a lot of the things that I'm I'm giving Sinners a lot of the middle ground stuff here, and you're giving
Yes.
one battle a decent amount of them
I,
still. So
I do have a little bit of an overarching theory with Sinners that I can mention at the end,
oh
which I think would be a very Oscars way of handling this Sinners. And so, yeah, I anyway, they wouldn't be mad if I wouldn't be mad if Sinners won, but
yeah,
I think maybe Marty Supreme will get it this time. And I feel like the editing in One Battle After Another isn't necessarily the strongest part of it. Like, so
yeah,
if it was to lose a category, I feel like that was one for me to pick something else. But yeah, all right. Next up, we've got the two writing categories.
yeah. So first is the adapted screenplay. We're still in our 3 point category, by the way. So
Yep,
we've got 3 points for the writing, and then we're going to move on to our 2 points ones. So for adapted
yep.
screenplay, we've got Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams.
Yeah, and Begonia, our Begonia episode, we also talked about Save the Green Planet, which it's based on. So we talk about it being an adaptation in that episode. So go back and check it out if anyone's interested in hearing that. This one, I mean, the writing ones, I think it's going to be, I think it's almost a lock what's going to happen. I'm picking One
Yeah,
Battle After Another for adapted screenplay.
I'm also, and that means we're probably both also. Well, we should read off all the people, but I
All
think
right,
I know what we're picking for the next category too.
all right, I'll read it off the next one and we can just talk about them both together. But yes, for original screenplay, the nominees are Blue Moon, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and It Was Just an Accident, which is I'm glad that it was nominated. But yes, I am going for Sinners for original screenplay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that feels like a lock, pretty much, right? I mean, I think we're between splitting these two. Like, I almost said picture would be Sinners, director obviously PTA. It's hard. I mean, I think those are really the top. They've been nominated so many times for so many things here. It feels like it has to be them here.
Yeah, I mean it just make like it's like perfect synergy. It's like
Yeah,
the two big dogs they get to share this and it's like okay. So it just feels too perfect.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, so those are all of the 3 point categories now.
Nice.
And we're moving into our 2 pointers. So we've got best sound to start us off. As you mentioned, F1 is one of the nominees here. We've also got Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Sarat.
Yeah. Cool category.
Yeah,
Sarat, obviously the sound is a big part of that movie. I haven't actually seen Sarat, but from what I understand, it's a huge part of the movie. And so cool that it got nominated. Uh, at the end of the day, I'm going with F1. This is the category for F1 to win, I think.
yeah. I think F1, this is its category as well. I think if it's gonna win I didn't pick it, but I think if it's gonna win a category, this is it. I'm kind of I'm like you, I'm kind of surprised by it getting some of the other nominations, but that's great. Whatever. Um, but I'm picking Sinners here.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
throwing Sinners at a lot of stuff. What can I say?
That's fair. You're going for Sinners to win a lot. You're
Yep.
really banking on Sinners.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I figured this is the one for F1 to win, and we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. I don't know that I have anything else to say about it. It was awesome to see an IMAX and it was loud and you felt like you were in the car and it was cool.
Nice.
So I feel like people are going to remember that and they're going to vote it.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, cool. Next category is best visual effects. That is also for 2 points. The nominees are Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. So yeah, what do you think about the cat?
I feel like this year, kind of maybe a weaker category. I think there's kind of um, one standout, I would say. I think
I feel the same way, but I don't know if we're picking the same one.
interesting. I'm picking Avatar,
Oh, okay, me
Fire and
too.
Ash. All right,
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I just thought you were gonna pick Sinners because you've been picking Sinners for every category.
Sinners does have some pretty cool stuff going on in its visual effects,
But
but I
yeah,
think it's tough. I think the Avatar movies are bound to win. Yeah, I don't know. If there's anything I know
it
about this movie, it's that it'll win this
it
category.
right, and it feels almost inevitable, but in a way, I feel like this one had the most lukewarm reaction. So I feel like
Mm.
this could have been a year for something else to get in there, but I don't know if the other ones are that strong. I will say The Lost Bus, I did see that. I really liked that movie. It was a very good movie. I don't know that the visual effects were so mind-blowing that I would choose it to win over Avatar though.
That's kind of the other thing here with Avatar. The movie is really about the visual effects, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
think it's tough, even the lukewarm reaction to the movie itself. And I know a lot of people think it's kind of repetitive in scope and sequence of the last one and stuff. But I think the movie really is all about its visuals. So I think it would be surprising to give it to something else here, where it's the
Yeah.
just everything they went to for this movie. But
Yeah, I agree. I think it seemed like the obvious pick, and that's why I went for it. I just thought because you've been given Sinners so many that you
yeah,
might you might lean towards Sinners. But yeah, it makes sense that Avatar would win this one.
yeah,
But yeah, for our next 2 point category, it's production design.
yeah. So here we've got some familiar names. I'll say we've got Frankenstein, we've got Hamnet, we've got Marty Supreme, we've got Big Surprise, One Battle After Another, and Sinners.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think this is I would say a pretty understandable category. Wicked 2 is this year, right?
yeah. Wicked for bad, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Wicked for not a good movie.
Yeah, for sure. But I am surprised that it's not on production design. I think
It got no one liked it. It got shut out.
yeah.
It didn't get any of the nominations. People kind of I think it got some nominations last year, the first part.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely got shut out this year.
Because last year it won production design and costume design. And I kind of I didn't really think it I didn't think it really needed it last year, but I'm surprised because it felt kind of similar this year. But um,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
also people were probably like, "Well, they already got it last year. Might as well give it to these other people."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, these are kind of the biggest movies all nominated, plus Frankenstein. And it would be cool if Marty Supreme won because Jack Fisk is a legend, so it'd be cool if he won. However, I think like his production design is actually so seamless, intentionally that it's not as showy as Frankenstein sometimes in these categories, it's just the most. It's the most visual effects, the most production design, the most makeup,
Yeah.
and sometimes even the most acting. That's what it's just the most of it. And
Yeah.
so that's why I'm going with Frankenstein. I think it's the most production design. It's very showy, and that's kind of the big thing of the movie. So I'm going with Frankenstein.
Yeah, I am too. I think
Okay,
I agree. It's kind of the biggest thing that's going on here. Makes sense.
cool. All right. I don't know if there's anything else to say about best production design.
There's
Next.
castles. It's Frankenstein.
Yes. Best costume design. This one is also worth 2 points. The nominees are Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. Now, I have to say, Avatar, Fire and Ash, are these, do CGI costumes count?
That's funny that you mentioned that. I have no idea, and I don't think it's gonna win. So
I,
I don't care that much, I guess. But I'm surprised that it's on the list, really, because it doesn't seem like it
yeah,
makes sense.
I guess it is still costume design. It's just like, I feel like all the costumes are CGI, which is kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
like, would you nominate an animated movie for costume design?
Oh, good point. I guess you could. You'd have to design the costumes, I
I guess
guess.
that's true.
But are they
Yeah,
costumes? It's just
they're
how they're animated.
yeah, that's tough, right? Because I feel like Avatar's costume design is all animated, pretty much, right? So,
Yeah,
um,
I don't know.
anyways,
Kind of weird.
I thought that was a weird one too. I didn't pick it, so
I did not pick it either. I am also going with Frankenstein for this category.
yeah. All right, Frankenstein it
Ah,
is. I
all
think
right.
yeah, we've got Frankenstein together on those ones. Um,
Yeah,
I think the Frankenstein design himself is really great, and also period piece and everything. It's
yeah,
looks great.
yeah. There we go.
And now for best makeup and hairstyling, we've got the list is Frankenstein, Kakuo, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. And I'm
Cool that we
going.
have. Oh,
No, you say your thing first.
I was just gonna say, cool that we have a few other movies that are not nominated in any other categories in this one. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, it'd be cool if the Smashing Machine won. That makeup was actually really good. Uh, but I'm also going with Frankenstein on this one.
Yeah, me too.
All right, interesting. We're just going all Frankie on that one.
That's funny.
Um,
Um, Not a very exciting category, three-part category there that we both picked them, but it is kind of cool. I think Frankenstein kind of deserves those. I mean, it just looks really great. I think I'm glad that it got a decent amount of nominations. It's cool to see. What can I say? It's cool to see Frankenstein. It's cool to see Sinners. It's cool to see Weapons. You know what, guys? I don't know. I'm a predictable guy.
yeah, and I just think it's the most. It's the most of those categories, and it's big and bold, and people are gonna vote for it, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Our final 2 point category is Best Original Score. The nominees are Jerskin Fendrix for Begonia, Alexander Desplat for Frankenstein, Max Richter for Hamnet, Johnny Greenwood for The One Battle After Another, and Ludwig Göransson for Sinners. This one, honestly, some great picks. Begonia score, I'm glad it was nominated. Fantastic. One Battle After Another score was very cool. I think that I would be shocked if Sinners did not win this category. It's so crucial to the movie and it's so fantastic. Ludwig Göransson, I think he's this will be his third if he wins this one. This will be his third Oscar. He's only like in his
Wow.
30s, I think. He's like he's incredible. Incredible composer and musician and everything. So I I hope it wins. I think it deserves to win. I think it would be kind of surprising if it didn't.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also picking it. I think it also seems like pretty much locked in.
Yeah, this was one of the easiest like picks for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you know,
So
Shane and I have been preparing for this for a while. We have this list, right? And
I
yeah,
no, go say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say some of the, I picked in some early ones real early on when we started talking about doing this. And that was like one of the first things I wrote down.
Yeah, I have to mention that this year there is a new category.
Yes, that's right.
It's not on our sheet. We're using a spreadsheet. We just copied it from last year, so we don't have best casting on the list. I do you think that should also be a 2 point category?
I think that makes sense.
I
I
think that
think,
makes sense too.
yeah, I mean, our 1 points, we've got like song and short films, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. Anything that's kind of, yeah, the feature length
Yeah,
stuff
I think
makes
if
sense.
anything, it's closer to a three than a one.
Yeah,
But I think 2 points makes the most sense for it. Like sound, visual effect. I think best casting should be a 2 point category.
I'm down for 2 points. Um,
Okay,
yeah,
so we'll figure that out on our spreadsheet afterwards. But do you have a pick for best
yeah,
casting? Okay,
I do.
I
I
I
do.
do too. Am I reading this one? Are you reading this one? I just
I
got
can,
thrown off.
no, you're good. I'll read this
Oh,
one. We've got,
okay.
for casting, the movies we've got here are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners.
Yeah, this one I am also going with Sinners.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we're lining. A lot of these smaller categories we're lining up.
Yeah, that's
Um,
funny. Last year, I feel like the smaller ones we didn't line up on,
yeah.
and we lined up on a lot of the early ones, and we lost a lot of the early ones together.
Yes, yeah, because we kind of guessed the Brutalist was gonna walk away with a lot of stuff last year, and it didn't walk away with as much as we had expected.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I think the Sinners cast is just so it's a pretty big cast, and they're all really great. So I think it makes sense. Also, like Miles Caton in that role is really great, and he's like brand new. So I think it
yeah,
deserves casting. And I'm kind of curious, like it's a new category. Like, where are they going to go with this? It's unprecedented because it's new. So we'll see where it goes. But
yeah.
yeah, cool. So now, do you have anything else you want to say about casting?
No, that's it.
Okay. I I will say actually, I'm going to say my whole Sinners spiel now.
Go for it. We're moving into songs
If
and stuff. So
anyone
yeah,
is keeping track of what I chose Sinners to win Best Original Screenplay, which is great. I'm glad that Ryan Coogler can win that. And in the past, some black filmmakers, writer directors have won best screenplay. I think Barry Jenkins, Jordan Peele, Spike Lee, but they haven't won best director or best picture necessarily. Moonlight did win best picture, but it didn't win
Mhm.
best director. And I think it would be such an Oscars move for the only two other categories that Sinners wins to be Ludwig Göransson for best music.
Mm.
He's a white guy. And best casting, I forget the lady's name, but she's a white lady. So it
Yeah.
would be such an Oscars move for the biggest, most popular, most critically acclaimed African American movie comes along, mostly African American cast and crew, and the only people who win are two white people, and also Coogler gets best original screenplay, which is cool. But I feel like it would be just such an Oscars thing. People would be talking about it. I can just see it happening. I'm not happy that I can see it
Yeah.
happening, but I can see it happening.
That's so this is why I'm over here throwing stuff at Sinners and Shane's like dodging those left and right.
Maybe I'm a little cynical, but I think
Well, hopefully. I mean, I think I mean, I hope you're wrong. Not only because I have a lot of points on it, but but obviously that's terrible. And also, I mean, Sinners really, I think obviously I'm voting for it for a lot of stuff. I think it deserves, it got so many it broke the record for nominations and all this stuff. You know, lots of uh lots of deserving awards here for it. And I hope it sees a
yeah,
lot of those.
I agree. But
Yeah.
we'll see how it shakes out. But I just thought that was a funny just what it would be such an Oscars move to do that. Um and for the final categories, we've got there are four 1 point categories, the three short film categories, and best original song. I reading off the category the nominees for best original song?
I think you're up for song. Yep.
All right. There's not even any real point in reading these, but the nominees are Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. Never heard of it. I Lied to You from Sinners, Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verdi, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. I think this is going to be Golden. I'd be absolutely shocked if it wasn't Golden. I'm locking in
Yeah.
Gold.
I also locked in Golden.
Yeah,
Yep.
huge hit. It is a great song. It's catchy. I think it's just I'd be shocked if it didn't win.
Yeah. As much as I wanted to give it to Sinners again, I did have to pick Golden for this one.
Yeah,
That
I
also that's one of those other ones that seems like kind of a shoe in, you know.
yeah, definitely. Not much else to
Um,
say about these. There are always some songs from Best Original Song that are like, what is this Diane Warren? I did a Diane Warren documentary. Is it? I don't even. Why is Diane Warren always getting nominated for these random things I've never even heard of? What's going on? But yeah, I mean, that always happens. I don't
yeah. Yeah, whatever. There's
know.
Golden it will be for sure.
Yeah.
Now for our short films, we've got best live action short film is our first one we're going to talk about. We've got Butcher's Stain, A Friend of Dorothy, Jane Austen's period drama, The Singers, and Two People Exchanging Saliva. Shane, I saw that you were on kind of a short film kick with some of the Oscar stuff.
I I didn't watch that many. I only watched one from this category. I watched The Singers. I liked it. I really liked aspects of it, but I mean, I don't know. It didn't fully come together for me. The ending was kind of like funny, but almost undercut the movie in some ways to me. So I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I haven't seen any of the other ones. I'm going for A Friend of Dorothy. That's what I'm locking in. I just looking at the other ones, it just felt like that was the most, I don't know. It just felt like it was going to win to me. The other ones all felt like there was a reason to not pick them, but this one seemed like kind of a sweet, it's like an old lady and a young guy and they have a friendship or something. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen it. But I don't know. Seems like a nice short film, so I went for it.
Nice. Yeah, last year, what's funny is I went and I watched like all of the nominated short films, and I didn't get any points in the short film categories, and it's only 3 points anyways. And sometimes one of the tough things about the short film categories is that they can be pretty hard to. They're hard. the accessibility isn't there all the time when Oscars comes
Mhm.
around. And I
So
know, yeah, go
some
ahead.
of these are on some of the animated ones are on YouTube, I know, and The Singers is on Netflix. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I know there's some in the other categories. One I know was on Canopy, and I ended up watching that, which was cool.
Hmm.
Um, but this year I just didn't try to dive as much into all the short films. Um, but from what I've seen, two people exchanging saliva seems awesome. And even if I don't think it'll necessarily win, I'm going with it because I hope
Oh,
it. I want to watch it, and I kind of hope it does win.
oh,
So
you're picking that one.
I'm picking it. It
Oh,
seems,
okay.
yeah,
All right. You just went, all right, screw it.
it's
I'll do
one
whatever.
point. I want it.
All right. If I end up winning by one, I'm gonna say thank you to two people exchanging saliva. I just saw the poster for that. I saw the title and I said, there's no way that's winning
Yep.
the Oscar. Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like the Oscars are usually not super adventurous.
Yeah,
Obviously that's changed. I think over the last 10 years, it's got changed a little bit, you know. But but yeah, I think A Friend of Dorothy, that's what I went for.
that makes sense. I think I will say this. Last year, I don't think either of us got any short film points, and
No. And it's
so
funny, the one that I did watch, no, I only watched a few last year, and I really loved, I think it was called I'm Not a Robot, and
yeah,
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. But I was like, I don't know, it's a little bit weird for the Oscars. So I picked something else, and then I'm Not a Robot ended up winning.
yeah.
So there maybe that could happen this year with the singers, although I did like I'm Not a Robot more than the singers, but we'll see.
If that happens twice in a row, Shane, I think you only ever watch one, and that's the one you
Yeah.
pick every
Just
every.
whichever, yeah. But you know what? Maybe there are a lot of people who are voting and they don't watch them all either, and they just kind of pick one, and maybe they end up just watching one. I don't know. Who knows? All right. Last, all set for live action short film. I
Yeah,
think I'm reading this one.
mm-hmm.
Best animated short film. The nominees are Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, and The Three Sisters. And I will say, maybe pat myself on the back a little bit here. I watched three of them.
Nice.
The Three Sisters looked interesting to me. I wanted to watch it, but I couldn't quite find it. Like when I was looking for it, I could only find a trailer. I don't know. I'm not sure where it is. And I didn't see The Girl Who Cried Pearls, but I did watch Retirement Plan, which I thought was very good. Forever Green, I really liked. I thought it was actually very well animated, great story, loved it. Very family friendly. And then Butterfly, uh, a lot more serious. It's based on a true story of a uh, Jewish guy who was a swimmer in the 20s and 30s. He was from Algeria, so I think he swam for France because Algeria was a colony of France at the time. But he was Jewish. He swam in the Olympics in the 30s. I don't know. I'm not going to give anything away of the movie. It's only 15 minutes long, but based on a true story, the animation is like really beautiful. It looks all like oil painting and really cool transitions. There's a lot of swimming, there's a lot of water, which is cool for animation. So I really liked Forever Green, but I think Butterfly is going to win. I think the animation's a little more impressive and the story's a little more like a little heavier.
Mm.
Forever Green is definitely a family-friendly film, and Butterfly is definitely more serious. So ultimately, of my 60% educated opinion, I'm picking Butterfly.
Nice. Well, ironically, I didn't watch any of these. I also picked Butterfly. From I
Ah,
did look at all the
all
animation
that all
styles.
that work, and we picked the same one. No, just kidding. It
I
wasn't work. It was actually fun to watch. I would
yeah.
honestly recommend people watch all three of them. They're all on YouTube, I believe, and they were all enjoyable, and they're all around 10 to 15 minutes. So,
Yeah, these ones. Once I saw that you had watched them, I was going to ask you how you watched them because I do want to watch these. But I figured from looking at the animation styles and the descriptions, I felt pretty confident that Butterfly was going to take it. Um, and
even before watching them, I thought, oh, Butterfly may will probably win this. Then after watching them, I was like, yeah, it probably makes sense that this one would win.
Yeah, but I'm glad that those are all available on YouTube. I'll have to watch them now because again, that was kind of my biggest thing last year. I was like finding them. I think I like literally rented one on some weird streaming site that like you pay the director directly, essentially, like something like that,
Oh.
right? Not the director maybe, but whatever. You
Was it like was it Vimeo or something maybe?
something like that, I think. I don't. It might have been Vimeo. I kind of forget, but and I watched one on like a news website or something or whatever. Like
Mm.
there was an article about it, but and so this year I was like, I don't really want to do all that. I don't want to hunt these things down.
The retirement plan is on the New Yorker YouTube channel. So it's like a New Yorker short film or whatever. And then yeah, so I feel like animated short is always a cool category. Like there are usually some adventurous and like, sometimes there will be some stop motion. Like Butterfly is very cool, like oil painting style. So I feel like it's a category that like has a lot of creativity and I like checking them out. They're short,
Yeah,
and I'm glad that a lot of them are somewhat accessible now. I mean, it's tough. Like maybe 10 years ago, you'd basically only be able to go and find one of the screenings where they screen all five of them, uh, which is probably not at a lot of theaters for a lot of people. So it's nice that with the internet they're more accessible, and I feel like there's a lot of creativity in this category.
definitely. Yeah,
All right, final category: best
yeah.
documentary short film.
Yeah, this is our final category. It's our final one pointer. Now we have a total of, by the way, of 62 points. It used to be 60, but with best
Yeah,
casting, we're now up to 62. But anyways, we've got All the Empty Rooms, Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renault, French, I think,
yeah,
maybe.
sure.
But
I don't know.
Children No More, War and Are Gone, The Devil is Busy, and Perfectly a Strangeness.
Oh yeah, I watched Perfectly Strangers, the donkey movie.
Yeah,
It's
the
the donkey
donkeys.
movie. I will say, I don't think there's a chance in the world Perfectly Strangers is winning this. Weird movie, near like
I can't believe it
completely.
got picked.
It is a strange one that it got picked. It's very up to interpretation. There's no dial. It's just donkeys and uh, uh, a space satellite, or not satellite, but a viewing center thing,
Observatory.
observatory. There you go. Thank
Yeah.
you. And some shots of space and some donkeys.
Yeah.
It's very weird and artsy, but it's cool. I mean, it's cool. I liked it, but I don't think it's winning.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I also I that would be insane if it won. Anyways, I picked it.
Ah, you picked it. Yeah.
I don't here's my
I hope I
thought.
win by 1 or 2 points.
This year with the shorts, I was like, fuck it. I'm doing the ones that I think are like the most batshit fun, crazy, not maybe not fun, but like the I don't know. I'm going the
Most
wacky picks. You
the
know what?
most ambitious, a little out of left field. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. And you know what? Last year, me not doing that, I didn't go for I'm Not a Robot and I ended up losing. So maybe you're right. Maybe you'll get these right.
I'll tell you what, if Perfectly a Strangeness wins, and that's like the winning point somehow, Shane,
That'd be awesome.
I'm retiring.
We're retiring the end of the pod. All right.
No, not really though.
Or are you retiring from your actual job and you're gonna
Yeah,
just
I'm
we're
full
only gonna
time
pod
full time podcast.
just
No, if that
eight
actually
hour pod a day.
happens, I don't know. I'm gonna have to celebrate somehow if that that would be
Yeah,
insane. But
that would be
anyways, I
cool.
am picking it because those donkeys they deserve an. I want them all to go up onto the stage.
They were cool. I like their ears. They're
Yeah,
very like mobile. It's pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah. All right. I picked Armed Only with a Camera.
yeah,
I feel like the politically relevant pick is what's going to get picked in this category. I don't know. Haven't
yeah.
seen it, but that's what I went for.
That was
Also,
gonna be my
also
pick.
there's an element of filmmaking involved,
Yeah,
so I feel like that might be something to appeal to the voters.
that was gonna be my pick, and I, after I had seen Perfectly Strangeness, I was pretty confident it's not gonna like. I was like, that's insane, and I love it, but that's insane. And so I was planning on picking Armed Only with a Camera, and then when I was like finalizing my things earlier today, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, it's Perfectly a Strangeness.
Nice.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think you might have a better shot there, to be honest. But I'll take it. I'll take it if Perfectly a Strangeness wins, y'all. That will be I gotta get that framed somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. You can put it in your four favorites on
Yeah, that would
Letterboxd.
be yeah,
That'd
that'd
be
be
one way to
insane.
do it. All right. I guess that's it. That's every category. All right, now we're gonna read through every single pick that we
Yes.
had. No, just kidding. We're not
Yes.
gonna do that. So yeah, that was fun. I like
Yeah.
I like picking the Oscars. It's exciting. And this will be coming out on Thursday. The Oscars are Sunday night. It's you should be able to find it wherever you are. If you're in the US, it's on ABC and Hulu, I believe. So yeah, it's always fun. It's kind of silly and pointless and doesn't really mean that much, but also it's fun. It's kind of the Super Bowl for movie geeks. So I'm glad that we get to do our fun prediction uh episode every year.
Yeah. I am too. It's always a lot of fun and it's it's cool again, like I said, just reflecting on like this past year
Hmm.
where I don't remember this really happening last year, but this year we went out and we saw a bunch of movies in theaters to do podcast episodes about. And it was great that we saw a lot of these ones that ended up getting nominated. And I think we had uh a lot of things to say about them at the time too. So it's cool, if anyone's preparing for your Oscar season, don't forget that you can go back and check out some of those.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And I will say, to promote another podcast, Jack Fisk was on the Big Picture podcast and he did an interview. Very cool interview. Jack Fisk, kind of an unsung, like, I don't know. He did production design on a lot of incredible movies. He's worked with David Lynch. He's worked with Martin Scorsese, Terrence Malick. He did production design just looking at his IMDb. Killers of the Flower Moon, The Revenant, Tree of Life, There Will Be Blood. Like, this guy's just incredible. Also, Eraserhead. So Days of Heaven, a lot of cool stuff. So Jack Fisk is a legend. I'm glad he was nominated, and that's a cool interview that people can listen to if they're curious. But anyway, that's the Oscars for this year. Our predictions. Next week we have our topic is mixed media, which is a little bit weird, but it's sort of movies that use different formats within them. So we're gonna each pick a movie. That's our standard format for the episodes, and then this was one of our half episodes. If anyone is new and listening, so that'll be next week. We're gonna actually pick and announce the movies after this. So that'll be fun. We don't know what each other has picked yet. Um, and so subscribe on YouTube or the podcast apps, wherever you get your podcasts. We also have a Letterboxd, Mind Your Movies, all one word. You can also find both of our individual Letterboxd accounts in the bio there. Um, and yeah, so stick around and we'll talk about that. And then in 2 weeks, we are going to do a special episode on Project Hail Mary. So
Yeah.
stick around. We got some cool stuff coming up. Hopefully next week we'll have some interesting movies. And then Project Hail Mary, I'm super excited for. It's kind of kicking off the summer movie season early. I feel like this is a
Yeah.
nice big IMAX, big budget, Ryan Gosling. It seems cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, that'll be great. And originally, did we mention that we're doing the Oscar recap? Now we're gonna do that with our full episode next week. Did we mention that?
Yes.
You
Did
did.
I think I said
Yeah,
we're gonna do our recap and we'll announce the winner. We'll do it at the beginning
yeah,
of next week's episode, so that way if you haven't seen the movies and you don't want the spoilers later on, we'll do that at the very beginning. So yeah, so stick around and you can see who won. Or you can just keep track yourself technically, I guess, if you want to. But anyway.
yeah. If anyone out there is keeping track of our predictions, send us whatever you're keeping track on. A picture of your notepad or your
Imagine.
spreadsheet. So that would be awesome. That'd be
If,
great.
if we have any stalkers out there, send us pictures of your notebooks, keeping track of all of our movies. No, just kidding.
uh,
Yeah, cool. So
Shane with a heart.
no, no,
Someone's
don't
voting
do
on
that.
you.
No, no, I don't need. What's the guy who was like obsessed with from Taxi Driver?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, he
Uh,
tried to kill Reagan, right? I don't need that guy. I'm not Jodie Foster. All right,
uh,
all right, cool. Well, do you want to say your pick first for next week? This was also you put this in the category cup, so I feel like you should go first.
sure, yeah. Yeah, all sorts of cool stuff that I was looking into and everything and I'm planning on watching a bunch of different ones this week, to be honest. I have kind of like a small list that I've grown. that I was like, oh, this would be cool. This would be cool. This would be cool. And I ended up I was thinking maybe I would dive into the list a little bit and then kind of like pick from there. But I watched one, and it's the one I'm picking. I've ordered now a physical copy of this so I can watch the director's commentary, hopefully before the episode comes
Ooh,
in. This is Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. I don't want to spoil too much about my opinions on the movie. If you can't tell, I'm pretty excited about it, and
great movie.
it
This I
was
saw.
it was cool. What can I say?
Yeah, this is a great movie. Saw this a couple years. I guess it just came out a couple years ago, but yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it is a great movie. It mixes animation and live action, so that's the mixed media aspect of it, right?
Yes. Yep. And this
Cool.
is Dean Fletcher Camp, who also ended up doing another kind of mixed media movie, I guess, the Leo and Stitch live action
Oh
movie.
yeah. Well, wow. The podcast is now a Dean Fleischer Camp like completionist podcast. We've
Yeah.
done his entire filmography just completely randomly because we covered his Lilo and Stitch remake on our was it oh it was
Disney?
no, I think it was like movie top 100 box
Right.
office of all time.
Yeah.
Like box office gross of all time. Yeah, we did because it was Lilo and Stitch and Venom.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Um yeah, and so
That was a
this
fun episode.
that was a fun episode. Um
I
and
will
and
say Marcel the Shell a little bit better than Lilo and Stitch.
I would say
A little
I
bit.
would say a little bit, a little
Just a little bit.
bit.
But yeah, cool. All right, that's a
Yeah,
great pick. That'll be fun to rewatch. I already have the Blu-ray, so it'll be
excellent.
easy for me to rewatch. I will say I think A24 at some point was selling a little Marcel figurine, but I think it was like I wanted it, but also it was a little more expensive than I thought was reasonable for a small little figurine of a little guy. But it would who knows? Maybe I'll rewatch it and then I'll order the the figurine. So my pick is a movie that I believe mixes perhaps 2D animation, 3D animation, and maybe some live action. I haven't seen it, so I'm kind of throwing it out there. I feel like it's going to be weird and cool. I've been wanting to watch it for a long time. It's actually Letterboxd has expanded the top 250 to be the top 500 now, and it is
Yeah.
number 327 on Letterboxd of all time. So it's up there. And if anyone, okay, I'm going to say the name of the movie. It's Mind Game from
Yeah.
2004, directed by Masaki Yuasa, I believe. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But yeah, this movie looks like wacky and insane, and I'm glad that I have a reason to watch it now. And for anyone listening, if you're in the US, it's streaming on HBO Max and it's on Hoopla. So if you have a public library card, you can watch it on Hoopla if your library participates. But yeah, this movie looks cool. It looks insane. I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very fun to have two pretty distinct takes on mixed media too. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, yeah, because yeah, true.
In some ways, I think our mixed media feels somewhat reminiscent to an episode we did not too long ago where we had Mad God and the Wolf House, and it must have
Yeah,
been our stop motion episode, which makes sense, I guess,
yes,
why I felt. But if anyone has not seen the Wolf House, um,
yeah,
and I'm sure I'll bring this up again next week, to be honest, but that feels like a really cool take on mixed media. That if we didn't like just cover it or something or whatever, I probably would have just picked that because it was so cool. But
yeah,
I am excited to be diving into some newer stuff, some different stuff in the category too.
yeah, 100%. That was a great movie. So definitely worth checking out. Um, cool. So yeah, I guess that's it for the episode. We got our movies for next week. We got Marcel the Shell with Shoes On and Mind Game from 2004. So cool. Stick like I said, you can subscribe on YouTube and the podcast apps and enjoy the Oscars, everyone. It should be fun. Don't forget
Yeah.
to mind your movies.